What you got in your hand there, Dan?
I've got a little Mizuno. I've not seen this one before.
Show me the camera, just hold it there nice and steady. That's
JPX Tour.
Yeah.
919.
That looks like a lovely club. So it's a new JPX range from Mizuno. Me and Dan here out in Torquay. Welcome to all the Revolution golfers if you're watching as well. We're going to play a few holes. We've got a full set of these, so we're only going to play with these.
Yeah.
That is a 3-iron we're hitting to start. Wish us luck.
I haven't done that for a while.
Right, this is going to be 2 3-irons, isn't it?
This is 3-iron, 3-iron.
And if I hit a little Ely cut, it'd be 3-iron wedge, wouldn't it?
Chip.
How does it look? Pretty slender, pretty nice?
It's stunning. It's absolutely superb. It's just what you would expect to see from a nice new Mizuno iron players club.
Shaved top line, they're saying.
Shaved off here, is it?
Yeah, on the top.
Possibly just off the edges again. A lot of the companies kind of doing that, and they just to try and create that thinner top line.
Tour look, they call it.
Yeah, almost onset.
Okay.
So like that.
Yeah.
Play that.
Let's have a fin up there, shall we? How high have you got that teed up?
Exactly.
Oh, he's just overturned that. Oh God. Clatter should drop out of there. That's a clatter ball.
It's a clatter ball, but it felt nice.
Nice clatter.
Nice clatter.
I mean, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? So this is forged. So it's 1025E GF forged. So it's forged from one bullet of steel, they're saying.
Okay.
Japanese steel. Like, none of that really means much to me, but I think it's basically trying to say it's like as pure as forging can get. No real air bubbles in there. You won't get hot spots on the face. You're going to get the true kind of performance across all the face, is what they've always said with their forging. Which obviously I'm not a forger, so that means kind of nothing to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm happy to trust that they do know what they're doing.
Have you seen the forging process?
No, I was invited to Japan to go and see actually, but I couldn't make it through dates, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I wanted to go to the factory and see it. But I mean, it looks, I wish I could hit this club, because that is looking just stunning. Oh, it's a toe ball.
That is a toe ball.
Down the middle though.
Should see a little bit of
Gonna need
dust
another,
up on that dew there.
Gonna need another one of them.
Yeah, you're going to be a couple of 3-irons today on this hole.
He's hitting the 3-iron again, and yes, he is in the middle of the fairway. Yeah. Classic, Dan. Hit that tree. So he's now got a, what are you doing here? Because you've got to go over that tree. What are you going to do?
Well, I don't think I'm going to get it over that tree with this 3-iron.
There's the problem with...
I'm going to try and draw it around it.
Yeah, okay, with the ball below your feet, this is going to require...
This is hooded club.
Well, I've not seen that at all. Is it good?
In more trees.
Stayed right, did it?
Stayed right.
So hard to draw that around there from that below your feet like that. But there is our first issue with those kind of clubs for us. When you get to 3-iron, obviously this is where custom and making sure you get maybe even combo sets. You would, that's just never going to be the club. You haven't got the strength for that loft with a blade like that to get any launch.
No, absolutely right.
Oh my God.
So what do you got 3 as well?
Ball below my feet.
Yeah.
I have not done this. This is like 240 out. We'll be testing the wedge.
When was the last time you gamed a 3-iron?
Oh, I was a kid.
Junior days.
And I had a 5-wood, so I just carried it to pretend I was good.
Yeah. Oh, it's just stayed really straight, isn't it?
It out to the right.
Not going to see that down as going over a hill there. Sounded
funny,
good.
I can hit a 3-iron better than I give myself credit for. There's no point because my rinkies are so much better.
Yeah.
It's more I just get better numbers from other clubs.
And why would you play that when you can get those better numbers from those other clubs? Like you talk about rinky and power hybrid. What's the point in playing a 3-iron when you're going to get better results consistently with those other clubs? What's the point? You know.
Dan, second tree struck. Back into play.
Got the pitching wedge. I thought I'd have a go with that one.
So how's that looking?
Yeah, very nice. maybe slightly set off now, slightly further back compared to the 3-iron. The 3-iron was definitely more onset. This is now a little bit more offset, but again, very Mizuno-ish, isn't it?
Small, sleek,
Small,
pretty.
pretty. Nice,
Now
nice
there's truer lofts in these sets. I think the 7-iron I looked was 34 degrees.
Okay, so that's
So we're
about
very true in
yeah,
loft. I will
absolutely.
confirm that. I might have read, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read.
okay. This green does move a little bit off that.
So you're going to go just under the left side of this tree, are you?
Yeah, if I can keep it a little bit lower.
Yeah, it kicks down from there.
Big.
It's up the left, it's
Might
fine.
stay on that top level, but
Gameable wedge,
nice.
isn't it?
Very gameable wedge. That I really like that wedge. Okay, good layup like that.
This is so reminding me of playing like a junior.
Yeah.
Where I used to be able to do this bit. Yeah, the wedge is stunning, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite rounded. Leading edge has got a little bit of curve to it, not the straightest leading edge, which isn't a problem. It looks nice, but definitely a bit rounded. Some people might pick up on that. Nice thin top edge. Again, with these clubs, you're not really getting any cavity. Little bit of kind of help out in the toe, just to balance, I think, what weight is. Obviously, you've got to remember with a golf club is it's heavier here because of this chunk of metal.
Yep.
So often you need to put something out there as well to make sure that you get sweet spots in the appropriate places.
Out of curiosity, how does that compare to what you've gained before with the blades that you had in the bag before now?
With Titleist or Mizuno?
No, with the Mizuno ones you've had.
Yeah, it's nice. It's possibly a bit more rounded. I always think JPX has it slightly owned because I've been more MP
Yeah.
than JPX.
Yeah.
And that leads into another question. Let me just hit this wedge maybe on the green.
I would say that's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah,
I can
I
see
think
it just there.
I don't know if it's up, but it's I'm happy with that. It just feels nice. I mean, all three of those shots, it feels what you'd expect a Mizuno to feel like. My question with JPX is it's nice, it's great, I love it. It confuses me slightly because MP has so many models and does it for me. Obviously JPX, you know, tour major winners are using these versions of these sets, if not these sets. Lots of guys put these in on tour. What's JPX doing that MP isn't in this bracket, apart from almost doubling up for me? So I would probably stay more MB if I was in the Mizuno, which I always did.
Yeah.
Not to say that isn't gorgeous looking though. Yeah, nicely held. So that all the clubs have what they're calling a stability frame, Dan, if you look at the back of it.
Yeah, okay.
So it's kind of, obviously we've seen the chunk here in the toe and then it's a little bit more open up at the heel.
Yeah.
I mean, really you can call it what you want. It's a sliver of metal with a bit of help, really.
Just tried to move the weight around in different areas, haven't they?
Yeah,
That's
I think
all
they're
they've
just
done.
trying to make
Never seen that before.
So where it's more
Where it's come open there, I suppose they call, is that what they're talking about? Where it opens
cut
up?
away a little bit there.
Yeah, not seen that before, but
So what club have you got in your hand for this one?
I've got a 9. We've got 141 to that pin.
Okay.
Pin's front left.
And how's the 9 looking?
Yeah, even nicer again. So the wedge was possibly a bit more rounded. So this is now more like the rest of the set, moving into more of a squarer shape, shall we say? I would say on the top edge here, certainly. And this is again a little bit less offset, so really now coming into what I looked at originally with the 3-iron.
So 141.
141.
Oh, that's a little thin bullet up the right.
Well, that'll be a bunker shot. That.
Yeah.
Coming up. Not as painful as a blade when you catch it a bit thin.
Has got a little bit of help to it.
Yeah.
This is a long 9 for me. Does look good though, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
it does look very good.
Hit like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got to go. Got the top of the club.
Bunker as well?
Should have hit it late, I reckon. For me, feathered an 8, you know.
Feathered an 8, that's what we need to be doing. Right, Mark coming just out the bunker. Get a good shot, it just came up a little bit short. See how his bunker touches. Come on up you come. Just a lot of sand come out of there.
Right, down to pin I in the bunker. So again, interesting point there. Not the best 2 strikes in the world, but he certainly did okay. That's got to just stop, come out a little right. 2 pretty average bunker shots there. Turned into a putting comp.
It's a putt off again, isn't it? Just all uphill this one, maybe just moving off his right hand side. I think 3 wins this.
Oh, hit it.
Yeah, a little bit of pace. Pick that up.
Oh, that swung. Pick him up.
Swung a bit, isn't it, that?
Yeah, let's forget that hole, I think.
Yeah, that just happened, that hole.
So who do you reckon this club's aimed at, Dan? Because on the JPX range, obviously it is the, you know, it's the elite one.
That, to me, that's the player that wants. It's a bit like me with the CB.
Yeah.
In my, you know, okay, the MB works for me, as the MP range would work for me, but I just want that little bit of help, and that's where I would start to look at this range. I know what you're saying, comparing this to, let's say, the MP 18 SC, the slight cavity one there. You know, that's very, very similar to that. I'm confused as much as you are in the fact that why would you launch possibly 2 almost identical clubs?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a brand within a brand, and companies like to do that because it just gives you more marketing power, more talk, more conversation, more chances of sales, and that's not a bad thing. That's just the way the world works. JPX is a good brand. It's one that's been around. I remember when it started, and it seems to obviously be dialing into many of the guys on tour. Almost maybe a bit more than what MP means to some of them. It's that combination of kind of stability, power with looks, isn't it? It's like you get a feeling. So I know the Volsh, Chris, who designs these clubs, it's like a passion for them. Look, it's all good making these brilliant bladed clubs, but it's like their imagination gone wild. Like the prettiest club they can make with as much speed as they can put in it and stability. Rather than MP, I'm not saying they don't put their heart into MP, because they obviously do, but MP been around for years. It's just trusted. Like this is harder to do. Create a brand within a brand, then make it appealing. So it must be a fun project to work on.
Oh, a bit toey.
Yes, work though, and again that's a toey strike, which is probably, for that level of club, you're going to drop in distance a fraction like you would any, but certainly didn't struggle getting up, and certainly has done okay for a toe ball on a player's iron.
I agree, You ever play that game on the golf course, just when you were a bit younger, hitting 3 irons off the tees, just as practice?
Not as much as I should have. I did a couple of times, because I played a similar short Parkland course. Where you're just hitting wedges in a lot, so absolutely wish I did more.
Just used to take the drivers and fairways out of the bag and just take my 3 iron round.
It's really what we're doing here, and it's challenging, isn't it?
Getting sounded good.
Yeah, it was alright. A little bit puffy, but a decent, you know, it's a decent shot.
Yeah, nice bounce down.
Not a massive bounce, but look how good your toe's done. I have run that past you, not flown it past you.
Little scuttle ball with a 3 iron, I think I had there.
The toe does well. I mean, you've got some help
there.
So we're going to hit an 8 iron, so we've got a full iron in to go through the bag. A little bit more on this par 5, where 3 iron you can actually chase it quite closely.
You could, there'd be a little pitch in.
Ryan Little.
Eight iron for me. It's maybe a slightly clickier sound than MP, but I mean there's not much in it really.
No, I can only hear the sound when you're hitting it, and it sounds a bit clickier. But no, nothing in it really.
Feels good?
It's fantastic. I can't believe the height I just got from that.
Yeah, well it's true aloft, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is where people forget, I think.
Popped up so nicely. Great launch. Great launch. Right, what have we got, Mark?
Well, I just slightly, because of the camber of the fairway, mine's gone into the semi-on one, 3-9 down here, I'm going to hit the 9.
Yeah, okay.
And again, like the one we just hit, and it's the same club, obviously, it just looks nice, like really good. Maybe it feels, I mean, I think Mizuno are one of the best companies when it comes to making tour, bladed style, even though this is bladed with a little bit of carve out, irons that give you plenty of club face. Like the club face feels, there's loads down there. So not long, it's just, I feels quite tall in the tone, which is not a bad thing. When I used to play MP5s, what I quite liked about them was for a bladed iron, there was a lot of face looking down by the ball.
Gave you confidence.
Yeah, definitely gives you confidence. You know, if I compare these to say my Titleists, my MBs, they are all about like the slenders.
Yeah.
And I don't think it makes any difference to my performance. As you see, hopefully from the videos, I'm as bad as I've ever been. But for lots of people who want to branch into this, I think that's a real selling point. Right, you might be little 9 to wedge, I reckon.
This is not a little fly lie, is it? This is all right?
I mean, your one. Mine's 9 on. I think a good one is perfect.
Yeah. That's straight at it, isn't it?
That's good.
Yeah. Great shot. Good control from that lie.
Like you say, and it does pop up in the air, doesn't it?
Didn't it go high, that?
I think it's a visual for us though. We'll do the numbers inside, so stick around if you want to see what numbers we're getting. We'll do that at the end, but that definitely popped up really nicely. And again, I like the big face that Mizuno give. I just like that about these. He's measured 130 of the Bushnell yards. Unfortunately, I keep forgetting to plug the hybrid in. I have a lot of things in my life to plug in. Things that are in my golf bag are often the last things because I need to be putting it in my camera bag and then I'll remember. As much as I love the hybrid, we played with Richard McAvoy yesterday and he saw the hybrid and was like, oh, what's that? That's clever. Back, middle, front, love that.
Yeah, I bet he did, yeah.
But I keep forgetting to charge it. Just a little footnote for anyone. Great device, but you've got to be charging it.
Are you charging that watch as well?
My watch don't need a charge, it's automatic. Oyster petrol, bruh, you know. It just keeps on ticking. I now take it off though. I've been warned to not wear it to play golf.
I saw that comment.
So I don't want it broken, so I've taken it off. Anyway, Mizuno review, bruh.
Yeah, we're back on that.
not a Rolex advert. You're in the wedge.
130 wedge, yeah. Got to throw it all the way there.
Good shot. Yeah, aggressive play, really but flight, decent shot. Yeah, absolutely.
Really good flight.
I mean, this is I've never tested a Mizuno in the player bracket and really ever been upset. You know, I know it's going to be good. They're just so good at making irons, and other clubs, drivers as well. And you know what you're getting with them most of the time. Even though JPX does confuse me, but my marketing head like totally gets it.
Yeah.
They just perform like you want them to, don't they?
Absolutely right, they do.
Right, 2 birdie putts. Decent iron. So Dan, what's this? 20-foot past. I'm maybe 15-foot short. But distance control wise, again, pretty much doing what we would expect. So you've got a bit of dew on the ground. That's not the right line. Pick it up, Dan. That is not your best putt by a long way.
Move a lot more than that, to be honest.
Not incorrect. Stopping power from the semi.
From the semi, yeah.
On a downhill. I mean, they're receptive, but happy with that.
It's a putt off again, isn't it?
As it so often comes to in our videos, Dan.
Yeah.
Apart from, I mean, if we were hitting irons closer, it wouldn't be, would it?
You mean if we were just a bit better?
Yeah, well, exactly. A lot better.
So this is downhill putt. He's sort of sat on a bit of a ridge there. Maybe coming in off his well, it's pretty straight, I would say. Wow. Yeah, I've seen enough. You can pick that up.
I thought that was gonna just catch a little piece, I did.
Yeah. Good
Let's go inside and check the numbers. I want to see the numbers on these because, like you said, I mean, I don't think we're gonna see any difference. Sometimes we just make it up. Like, I don't mean on purpose, as in we see things on different days, and I see it with tour players, I see it with amateurs, seeing things that aren't there. Let's go and check the numbers, see actually what they do. So we're going to start with a tour, and Dan's going to collect the numbers, so we'll use his, because our numbers are similar-ish, but rather than both sets of numbers, let's see what you get. So 7-iron for you, what are you expecting carry-wise?
160-ish.
Yep, so 158 carry.
Yeah.
33 in the peak height, which is decent, and then spinning at 6,800. So around, it's a 7-iron, spinning around the 7,000 reps. I mean, everything for that lofted club you'd expect, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I think the truer reflection is more the 6.7s, 6.5 to 6.7. Caught a couple a little bit clean, so just expecting the spin just to pop up there into the 7,000s, which it did.
So we are talking the 7.3 and then the 7,000. So yeah, up near the 7,000s. Numbers are solid. Club looks solid.
It's stunning. I could game that club all day long.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it will cross over a bit as well.
I think the blend, I think you'll start to see the blend in the next one that we start to review, you'll start to see possibly a little bit of a comboing as well. I
could use a JPX Tour 919. I think it's one of the nicest ones I've seen in the JPX range. I can totally understand why so many good players are using it as well. Post comments down below, let me know what you think. Is it a club you game or not? If so, also let us know what handicap you are. So are you a 15 handicapper thinking that you could game this? Are you a scratch handicapper? Let me know in that comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the reviews. We love taking these out on the course as well as giving a bit of dry data as well, but hopefully that shows you a little bit about how you should be thinking about testing. And I know you all can't get these out on the course, but it doesn't stop you playing a variation of shots when you're testing these kind of clubs.